Good morning, my bass brethren. I am here today with something a little different. I was out shaking the trees the other day, and look what fell out. A first generation MXR Phase 90, made right here in Rochester, New York on North Goodman Street. There's the MXR stamp and the cast on the back. In really nice condition, lots of paint left on it. I got it for a steal. I was very lucky. Now, the interesting thing about MXR is MXR was in Rochester, New York on North Goodman Street. And my brother-in-law, Michael Liacona, owned it. And he famously went on to sell it and found Whirlwind Audio. And Whirlwind Audio is still in existence on Ling Road today. And they're keeping everybody connected still. But the Whirlwind connections go even farther for me. A very good friend of mine and former guitar player in my band No Dace, Rob Brouk, he was a tester at MXR in the early days, and he most likely tested this unit right here, so that's kind of cool. But the real reason I'm talking about the MXR Phase 90 today is Rob Grange of the Ted Nugent Band. Now, effects weren't really popular for bass in the 60s, in the early 70s. You might hear some fuzz bass or some distortion bass, but it was typically whatever signal it was given, whether it was through a preamp or a mic'd amp or direct into a board through a compressor. That's what you got. Effects for for bass guitar were still kind of just a novelty. And Rob Grange's use of the MXR Phase 90 kind of blew the door off that, because the Phase 90 is engaged through the whole song of Stranglehold, and it makes the song pulsate and move and groove in a way that is very unique. Now, I've actually had the pleasure of discussing the Phase 90 with Rob Grange. He's been very generous with his information, and he says to get that Stranglehold sound, you set the knob at 10 o'clock, so that's precisely what I've done. And I've pulled out the bass in my collection that most closely resembles what Rob was using at the time. He was using a stripped 60s Precision. This is my 69. It's also stripped, but this is what we get. Now, unfortunately, I'm not tech savvy enough to, have the interface and run the actual guitar track with this. So I'm just going to kind of get into it and just play it a little bit, and so you can get a feel of what this just kind of just pulsates and snakes through the song. It's really cool. Great, thick, sort of just weaving sound through the song. It was a real eye-opener for us bass players back in the day, and I don't think it can really be stressed enough how big a launching point this was for bass, guitar, and Rob Grange's use of the MXR Phase 90. It might seem kind of passé today, but in 1975, it made us sit up and take notice. So big thumbs up to Rob Grange for all the help and information, to Michael Liacona of Whirlwind Audio and MXR, and just all my bass brothers out there who follow me, brothers and sisters. So it's just nice to be able to share this stuff, and it's my passion for bass. I just love it. So if you want me to shut up, tell me to talk about something other than bass, because I'll keep talking about bass. So until next time, folks, keep on rocking.